One. Welcome in, gods and goddesses, to the 6th episode of Divine Masculine's Naked Truth. I know that I've been late with my videos, guys, but these downloads I have been getting for the last several weeks have been extremely heavy. Not only do we have the collective energies to contend with at this time, which are pretty intense, I was guided to do these videos today, specifically after having a dream that literally pertains to, in like all storytelling aside, it pertains to the fact that there are 3 different variations right now that the Divine Masculine are now integrating within themselves. Okay, one would be they are still clearing out energies from the distorted masculine at this particular time in order to be their authentic selves. The second thing that my dream told me basically was that they are also integrating the divine feminine energies at this point in time, as well as the divine masculine energies. So all of these energies balled up together are what's going to basically be revealed tonight in the Divine Presents Naked Truth episode tonight with the Divine Masculine. There's a lot of energy going on. That overall energy, honestly, after I went ahead and pulled the cards so that I could kind of scope out the energy and see what I was going to name this video, how I was going to title it, and where the energy is at. So I know that I do kind of do like a slight little cheat before I come on and I do these videos for you guys, but I have to kind of know what's in the energy before I basically come on here and channel what's really going on. But in the overall energy, you have the energy of midnight. So I chose to pull the Halloween Oracles by Stacey DeMarco first, because I don't know why, but I have a better time channeling the masculine energy directly through this deck of Oracle cards. So I decided to pull these cards first, and then to clarify with them, I used the Divine Counterparts in Separation by Made for Love. Speaking of Made for Love, if you guys are not following her channel, you probably should go check her out right quick. Give her a like, give her a subscribe, show her some love. She's a very beautiful soul, and I'm so grateful to have found her on this journey, along with my other lightworker friends who are just absolutely amazing. So anyway, back to the point of the overall energy of this card is midnight, and it's about the most magical hour of all. So this card's meaning is basically the magical hour of all allows yourself to relax into the benevolent darkness of midnight. You may feel that this is your darkest hour, but know that the light always follows the darkest night. Light will always return again after your darkest hour. So it is really important to recognize that we all have darkness within us, just as we all have light. And this is not something to hide from, but to find the magic within. The magic awaits the midnight hours when the thoughts wander into the night. So that was a very powerful message, considering I get this feeling that Divine Masculines are really awake, up and awake, wide awake, late hours of the night, especially from the midnight hours until, the hours of 3 and 4 a.m., which here lately in this energy is not uncommon. I think even, divine feminines are definitely, having trouble sleeping here and there. Our sleep schedules are all fucked, at the moment. So I don't know. The second energy that we have here overall is the divine masculine, ready to take a leap of faith, ready to take a chance on things. He's gone through some shit. And so basically he's ready to take a chance on the things that bring him joy, bring him peace, bring him serenity at this point in time. He's at this point in time, I really feel like the divine masculine in the midnight hours, he's thinking about the peace that he's wanting to manifest into his life. Not just peace, but love as well. So the photograph that I chose for the thumbnail in this video, the quote on the front of it says, "Dear Masculine, it's time to truly honor the true expression of yourself. This includes all of your aspects and reconstructs of the culture of masculinity. Men are sensitive, men are sacred. They offer us all powerful insight. So reshape your form and express who you truly are, not who you were taught to be." So this is going to get exciting. There's a lot going on in this energy right now. There's a lot going on in this energy. I did pick up a song channeling. I don't really have a numerical sequence, except for the ones that I've picked up over the last few days, which are obviously 444, 1111, 111, 333, 222 have been consistent numbers that I have been picking up over the last couple of days. But I did get a song download, and there was just one song for the Divine Masculine this week, or in this energy for episode 6, and it's a song by Bob Marley. It's called "Turn Your Lights Down Low," and the version that I'm speaking about is the remixed version with Lauryn Hill. And the reason they chose that song in particular, the remix of that song with Lauryn Hill, is because the Divine Masculine really does have this serious integration going on with the Great Mother Goddess at the moment. And that was another aspect of my dream. Okay. I will talk about my dream in the Divine Feminine video. But just to say that what I picked up from my dream for the Divine Masculines is the 3 different facets of the Divine Masculine's journey at the moment, which is coming out of the distortion, moving into the Divine Masculine's, Father God energy and Mother Goddess energy. So it's integrating the divine energies within himself and still going through that process of releasing the distorted aspects of himself, which it does make sense as why the Midnight card would come out. So it's important for the Divine Masculine right now to realize the darkness within himself and to understand that it is a beautiful part of him, just as well as the light is a beautiful part of him. So he is needing to find the magic of focus within and knowing that the magic awaits him in the night when he's thinking about how he wants to create his world from this point forward. Sorry, I had to really think about what I was saying before I said it. So anyway, also at this time, the Divine Masculine is needing to be able to truly express himself from that place of authenticity without expressing himself through the masks that he has been wearing in the past and the masks that he's used to wearing when it comes to other people, and not wanting to reveal who he truly is for fear's sake. So I'm going to go ahead and start flipping these cards over. We're going to get into this energy and let's get started. I was actually going to put these videos out several days ago, but my spirit guides told me to wait. So I'm kind of still getting used to this divine timing thing. I say I want to put these videos out, but they always seem to drive me to do them at precise times when the time is right. So again, I promise you guys a specific time and date, but they don't just come out of me that way. They come out when I'm divinely guided to do them. And in between these downloads, especially these downloads that I myself have received over the last week, I've had to really, truly take a rest between downloads because they've been extremely, extremely heavy. And so, yes, I can see you guys in the comment section. I'm just going to focus on getting this reading out so you guys won't be getting much interaction from me. at this point particular time. But if you guys do have questions during the video, I can answer them after I channel this video, like during a Q&A. So if you guys will just be patient with me. Yeah, the divine masculine, I feel like, has a lot to say this week. There's a lot going on. There's a lot changing. There's a lot transforming. Okay, so let's get into this. I'm going to wait. Okay, the first card that we have flipped out is unnecessary fear. So there's a lot. This is a lot of what is keeping the divine masculine up at night. If he's not sleeping very well, it's the fact that he is transmuting through unnecessary fears in order to take wise action. So we do have the wise action card, the owl underneath. I always look at the underneath cards too. It does pertain to the overall energy as well. He's contemplating how to shed this fear that he has toward the unknown, which is bringing in these downloads of wisdom are coming into him at night, either while he's asleep or if he's wide awake or having trouble sleeping. It's about processing fear. So the divine masculine is going through this serious phase, probably still the last half of that dark night of the soul, where he's really, really diving deep and transmuting through the fears that he's having at this particular time. Now, some of these fears could be related to the world around him or to experiences that he's walked away from and healing from at this particular time. It could also relate to, how he may be feeling about the divine feminine. But at the same time, he is experiencing this joy of freedom at the moment, a freedom that he honestly, I think this is a new energy to the divine masculine. He's feeling a sense of freedom that he has not felt before. Okay, so he's allowing himself to feel the joy that he is at this point in time he's able to express. So the reason why is because this is enabling him to step into his authentic self. And we have the witch, the earthly weaver of worlds. Okay, so what I'm gathering from this is that he's really processing unnecessary fear to rejoice in the present and to be his authentic self, because I feel like the divine masculines that I'm picking up this energy for tonight, they have been suppressing themselves for far too long. And so now the divine masculine is stepping into his own authenticity and trying to figure out who he truly is and how he wants to present himself to the world and how he wants maybe to be the manifester of the next phase in his life as well. Okay, so clarification cards that I got for the graveyard is not sure how you feel about me. Please forgive me. I'm so sorry. So this most definitely probably pertains to how the divine masculine is feeling about his divine feminine right now and why he's processing through these unnecessary fears. Is this energy of like, I don't know how you feel about me. I know I probably screwed some things up in the past, but would you please, like, if I come forward to say that I'm sorry, it's like, how are you going to react to that? So I am going to pull some tarot here in a minute just to get clarifications for all this stuff. So anyway, what I have popping up for clarification and rejoicing in the present with joy, it's about this love that the divine masculine is feeling within his heart space. Why? Well, there's a lot of stuff going on revolving around social media when it comes to the authenticity. Like, maybe this divine masculine is a public figure and there's been some things going on in his personal life where he doesn't want to maybe disclose that to every single person that's around. But from a social media aspect, like this, I don't know why this card pops up at this point in time, but I feel like there's a lot of authenticity being revealed. I feel like it's being revealed in nasty ways when it comes to other people and how the divine masculine may perceive certain people or certain energies. Um, it may be making him with people that are out there faking it till you make it. I think because the divine masculine understands that from an internal aspect, this is something that the divine masculine has even done himself. So now that he's actually in this energy where he's wishing to express himself more authentically, I think when it comes to social media or, like, I don't know, they call this the spy card, but I don't feel that the divine masculine is spying on people in general. I don't get that energy from this card in this read tonight. But what I am seeing is that the divine masculine is starting to really feel very disgusted by people on social media that are pretty much into the I'm into you because you're somebody who's popular on social media, or a lot of people still in that thirsty ass energy where the divine masculine may have once been in that energy, but I feel like because he's coming out of it and he's becoming more authentic with the people around him, that when he sees it on social media, I feel like it's one of those things that are actually coming up for the divine masculine right now as a trigger, because he is standing in his authenticity and he is looking toward the world to actually do the same. These are the changes that are being made right now at this point in time where people are actually starting to step into their more authentic role. And I know that the divine masculine feels this. He feels this. He's experiencing it himself. He's seeing other people go through this extreme growth process. It's a beautiful thing to him, and he loves it very much. So that's honestly what I'm getting at about this card here, I love you, and where it is clarifying the joy. The divine masculine is actually feeling joy in this change, this new change that is taking place within himself. I feel also in the forgiveness energy, he's coming to terms with the fact that he does have to forgive himself for those darker natured things, and maybe allowing some of those distorted things that may have come from the past, which this right here is energy of the past. This is present. This is headspace, heart space. Okay, so anyway, what is going on in that energy, and how he's transmuting that is he's going through this phase where he is thinking about the darker nature things that he did, things that he may need to forgive himself for. And so, like, I think because he's gone through that transformation, and it honestly doesn't matter why he's going through the transformation, just it matters that he has. And him coming out of that, feeling another sense of joy toward himself, it's this newfound love that he may be having for himself. So now, when it pertains to how he's facing the real world and how he's facing social media, is, he's ready to take a leap of faith, and he's also seeing people for who they really are. Like, there's no distortion there. Like, he's seeing the distorted for the distorted, and he's seeing the divine for the divine. So this is a major awakening right now that is happening with the divine masculine at this point in time. And also knowing that, he is the weaver of his own world and he can create, so he's gone through these lessons of creation, and knowing what he manifested in the past isn't something, that he wants. He doesn't want it unless it's authentic. And that's what my spirit guides are telling me. The divine masculine does not want connections any longer that are no longer authentic. And this is what he's seeing in the world right now, social media right now. He's seeing people showing their true colors. And a couple of months ago, the divine feminine was actually in this energy as well. So now the divine masculine is now clearing out this cycle as well. So I really feel strongly that with these clearings, this is really integrating the divine, mother goddess and divine father God, into all of us at this particular time right now. But this is how it is affecting the divine masculine at this point in time. So with the earthly weaver of worlds card for clarification, we got my love for you is deeper than the sea. And the love that I feel that the divine masculine is actually speaking about is this found love that he is now finding for himself. Because there was a point in time where the divine masculine had a hard time having this love for himself. And it was very external. This love that he needed to have for himself, he was looking toward external forces to usher that in for him. And because of the lessons that the divine masculine has undergone, it's this lesson of authenticity, where the divine masculine now doesn't want to engage in situations that are anything less than authentic, because of the lessons that the divine masculine has had to learn, learning and growing through the shadow aspects of himself. So I do believe that a lot of these things right now at this particular time are keeping the divine masculine awake at night whenever he is sitting and he is contemplating collective energies as well as energies that he may be dealing with personally in his own personal life at the moment. So there's a lot going on, but there's a lot of loving energy here as well. You have 3 cards here that are a very, very open expression coming from the divine masculine right now. So he is most definitely, I feel like his heart chakra is most definitely radiating unconditional love at this particular time. And if it isn't for any specific divine feminine, it's for the divine feminine energy in general. I feel like he's truly really integrating that divine mother goddess energy within himself, which is why this self-worth love is really kicking in for the divine masculine, because normally the divine masculine would be struggling, on a certain level of this journey. The divine masculine has really struggled with his insecurities. He's really struggled with that energy of, how do I love me? When I see me as an ugly individual, or I've done dark and ugly things, or I've, you know, been a knight of wands and I haven't been completely authentic. The divine masculine has gone through those phases of learning and those phases of integration within himself, and he even went through a period of running where he ran away from himself for a while and the divine feminine altogether, whether it was his divine feminine or divine feminine energy, period. There may have been a point in time in these divine masculines' lives where, they have found it really hard to respect the feminine nature, going through trials and tribulations of childhood abandonment. It could have been, some kind of childhood thing where, the feminine energy was kind of distorted along with the masculine energies that, like how he was brought up, how he was raised, it's taking those lessons and forgiving the past. The divine masculine has had to go through several different phases when it pertains to his childhood past, or his distorted relationships past, or his distorted self past. So that's a lot of lessons, literally, to integrate within one another and at in a simultaneous fashion as well. So this is where that point in time is, where the divine masculine is truly waking up to his authentic self, and he's starting to find that the world around him, isn't so authentic. And so I do believe in the spy aspect of this card meeting is maybe the divine masculine is sitting back, not really engaging in societal things, not just because we're in quarantine and whatnot, but also because he's wanting to sit back and just observe people for who they really are before he makes final judgments on how he's going to move forward toward a certain person, or toward a specific event, or you know, whatever is taking place in the divine masculine's life right now, everything is going to vary from divine masculine to divine masculine because every person's situation is different. But so that's why I'm not, you know, I'm not limiting this reading to one specific dimension. Okay. So that's why I'm explaining things the way that I am. And sorry, I had to run a dog out of here.
He just farts all the time.
It's flatulence. Anyway, I always say that nothing in my readings ever happens for just no reason. So that also may have been a message from the animal spirits saying that the divine masculine can smell the bullshit in the world for what it really is at this point in time. The divine masculine is wide awake to world happenings and to some of the things that are being, you know, he's spying upon, you know, on social media. This is also him really honing into the worldly energies that are happening right now, not just social energies, you know, fake people discerning from the fakeness in people, but right now he's also discerning from the fakeness in the lies that are being told worldwide. A lot of spiritual downloads happening right now, but a lot of what is taking place because of this discernment that the divine masculine is going through at this particular time. What the divine masculine is also experiencing at this particular time is this wide awakening that there are a lot of things that are happening that are not being presented in an authentic way. Sorry, it took me a second to get that out. Okay. So, yes, the divine masculine is not only looking at other people that like he may actually know, like friends, family, like he may be starting to see through their true colors and see that some of these people that he knows have not been authentic. Like he may have been blinded to these particular energies in the past, but at this point in time, the divine masculine is really awakening to the energies of deception, and he's kind of pissed off. I'm not gonna lie, I do feel that energy of there is a lot of love in this reading, but I feel like this is where he's also purging unnecessary fear, and why he feels to a certain degree, why he feels unsure about the collective. At the same time, he's having to forgive himself for his own past transgressions. I think that the worldly happenings right now around the divine masculine are truly making him think about moving from a more authentic standpoint and appreciating other people that are moving from an authentic standpoint. But I do feel that sense of anger of an awakened person whenever they go through that energy of being pissed off because people around them and the world itself is not being authentic. So, and I understand that anger to a degree because it's a righteous anger. You know, if you're doing the work and you're going through hell and high water to transform yourself into a loving, you know, forgiving being and someone who seeks forgiveness and is trying to make things right with joy in your life, and you're trying to process through these fears, you know, when you see other people that aren't doing the work and you know, you've gone through the lessons where you've had your ass handed to you and you see other people not doing the same, it will kind of, you know, in a natural human sense, it'll kind of piss you off. And so this is what the divine masculine is experiencing right now in the naked truth aspect of things. He's kind of pissed off because people are not waking the fuck up. There are lies being told, people aren't being authentic, and a lot of people are dying. And so this is really breaking the divine masculine's heart at this point in time. And, you know, on a worldly scale, if you take divine feminine out of it, this is what the great mother goddess is trying to help the divine masculine heal from within. Okay, but on another note, if you add the divine feminine aspect into it, this is where the divine masculine is going back into the past, where he's thinking about his connections to the divine feminine, and he really is wondering how she's really feeling about him. You know, he really is going through this energy of transmuting through his fear about her, and why he may have ran from her to begin with, or why he may have done some things that might have hurt her feelings in the past. So he's really contemplating this, hoping that she'll forgive him. But I think right now, also, the divine masculine is experiencing this feeling of joy, because I think he knows very, very wholeheartedly that divine feminine really does love him. So I think he's really embracing that feeling coming from the 5D, maybe even the 3D feminine. I also feel like this is divine mother goddess energy integrating with the masculine at the same exact time. And maybe when he is in contemplation of his divine feminine, I feel like the goddess energy is really amplifying that. Mother goddess energy is really, really amplifying his love for the feminine and for himself at this point in time. The divine feminine may be empowering him more to love himself. That's more the words. I think that's how my divine spirit guides wanted me to word that. That sounds more correct. So I'm just going to go with that. Yes. Divine feminine may actually be giving him the inspiration to truly buckle down and love himself from a more authentic way, even loving the shadow aspects of himself, which is why he's kind of pissed off in this awakening, where his love for where his love for humanity is really starting to kick in. I really feel like he's also taking some of this kind of personally, because he's saying, you know what? I've been having my ass karmically handed to me. I have been learning these lessons. I have been truly working on myself through every lesson, even if I thought that I was doing things for the right reasons, even if those things that I was doing did not really work out, and the great Lord above showed me why. I think from the masculine's perspective is that I can love as deep as the ocean, but if I have to let certain things go at this point in time, I'm going to let those things go. It's time for me to take a chance on life. It's time for me to stop being fucking miserable. I have to gain a different perspective in order to manifest something deeper, deeper and more worldly. I have to weave a different world of love for myself than I've been weaving for myself in the past. So this energy that the divine masculine is experiencing at this particular time is extremely healing, extremely empowering, and I really feel very good energies coming from the divine masculine right now. And the divine masculine voice that is actually speaking to me is actually quite excited. But like I said, I did feel like this level of society, that pisses him off, it kind of gets him in his upset, because of the lessons that he's had to experience, and him watching other people be not so authentic in the world. That's kind of upsetting the divine masculine, because he truly does have a very large and very compassionate heart. Even if people don't see that all the time, the divine masculine wears his emotions quite differently. So even if people don't see him behaving a certain way, the divine masculine still has a very, very deep heart, and it's very, very connected to the world. It's very connected to things that are happening, and he's going to stand in his convictions at this point in time because of how passionately he feels about things. So that's another thing that I'm picking up in the energy here. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and grab, which deck do I use? I was going to use the Witch's Tarot, but they're telling me to change direction and use a different deck for the divine masculines. So, which deck do I use? Fuck it. Okay, let's use... So I'm going to use the 8 of coins again. I guess that is the deck they're telling me to use for the masculines tonight. So they're telling me to save the Witch's Tarot for the Divine Feminine read. But then again, you know my spirit guides that are so wonky, they'll have me change my mind again before it's all over. You know how it goes. Yeah, wonder job for real. Okay, so I have seen the Queen of Cups. It's already trying to pop out in this reading. So I was going to get energy. Well, what is the Divine Masculine thinking about that he's processing from the past? Somebody that he's hurt that he didn't want to hurt. That's what they're telling me. So that's what he's processing. I don't know why, but they don't want to shuffle either. These cards don't want to shuffle right. Somebody's being stubborn. I don't know if it's Divine Masculine or Divine Feminine.
Oh.
From the mouth of babes. Both. Okay, so maybe it's that distorted energy that I was picking up in my dreams and that I am picking up right now in the collective. I do feel a strong, stubborn pull from the distorted masculine and the distorted feminine energies as well. And they are both, these energies are actively working within both sides of the spectrum right now, from divine feminine to divine masculines. Divine masculines are having to purge their own inner distortions, but the divine feminines are having to purge their own inner distortions as well. Still, it feels like the last remnants. Okay. So, what is the divine masculine clearing out? Why is he clearing out this energy of unnecessary fear? This energy of forgiveness and this unsurety? It's because the divine masculine is really thinking about his 10 of cups. Holy shit. Holy shit. This is really on the divine masculine's mind right now. The 10 of cups. Union. Comfort. Love. Security. Family. Enough said. Okay. I'm just going to leave that at that. Holy Holy smack. Okay, listen. We have the Empress and we have the Lovers. Okay, so maybe the great Mother Goddess is really cracking down on divine masculine about his divine feminine and what he really wants. But there's also this energy right now between the Lovers, and I'm not going to say that this is just on the divine masculine side of things. There is an energy on both sides of things where both parties right now are being tempted by temptations. And I'm going to read the holy shit. Okay. Before I continue, underneath the deck so far we have the Chariot. Uno momento, por favor. I'm going to read the message of this Lover's card because it does have a warning in there about temptations. But what these temptations pertain to is a little bit more specific. Okay? The temptations of this Lover's card is about being entangled with themselves and enjoying each other's company and becoming one with union. But the snakes remind us of the temptation and lure that often accompany relationships in general. Okay. There may be a temptation to stray away from the relationship, the temptation to also consume or to control your partner, or the temptation to completely lose yourself in the process of growing your partnership. these are the temptations of the Lover's card when the Lover's card in this deck comes out. And it's, I don't know, I feel like this is why in the last few weeks, Spirit has actually been guiding me more often to use the Eight of Coins Tarot, because the message of this Lover's card right here makes so much sense. This is talking about enjoying the journey of growing this relationship, but watch out for temptations and keep your feet on the ground. Maintain a strong relationship with yourself first and foremost. So this is what the divine masculine must do in order to be able to walk toward his divine feminine and be able to walk toward the things that he is wishing for, okay? Because he may have been wishing for this and he may not have found this in another person, but he's thinking about his person, the person that he could have all this with. And this is also a person that he may not have seen in the past. He may not have looked at this person that way in the past. But he is now looking at her that way, obviously. Because this is about love. The divine masculine is contemplating a deep love, not only for himself, but for someone else right now. This goes beyond societal shit. This is personal for the divine masculine, this area. It's been getting guided to move toward this situation. Okay, so anyway, what's going on? This was for the I love you here. What he feels joy. He feels joy when he thinks about the divine feminine, the Empress. The Empress card was also about that birth too. There's a birth happening with inside the divine feminine and divine masculine connection. This was also what my dream was about last night. I dreamt about giving birth to a baby. But there were also 3 masculine energies in the air. I will not speak about how these masculines or who these masculines were in my dream, but I'll just say this. The masculine was coming to me in this dream from 3 different aspects. The loving, supporting father, the 5D spirit, and the distorted masculine. Okay? But what is being given birth to? Okay, dream metaphors, dreams, archetypes, all of that shit aside. What the divine masculine is integrating within himself is this new birthing process of love and how he views it. He doesn't see it from the distorted side anymore. He's already learned the lessons of distortion. And he's seen what love really is in its divine fashion. This is something that he's now wanting to walk toward, okay? So he's trying to manifest it. There's the magician. So, but I also feel like with the magician card, he's also trying to manifest something new, a new way of living. It's a new way of thinking, a new way of feeling. A feeling that's not going to make him feel left out, a feeling that's not going to make him feel set apart, insecure. All of those things within himself, becoming his authentic self, those things are dying. It's like the distorted part of the masculine within himself is dying, along with the distorted feminine side of himself as well. Things are changing very drastically. This magic that is happening right now. I want to read the message of the magician here. So the magician is fueled by his ability to make change, but he understands the importance of balance. The Ouroboros is shown emerging from the fire, lilies and foliage surrounding the magician's hand. The scarf on his thumb creates an infinite loop, and the snake eats its own tail. That is also another symbol of, in some cultures, that is a symbol of never-ending, the never-ending cycle of life, which is about birth and death, or it's about life and death and rebirth. So I just wanted to throw that in there. The snake eats its own tail and the ribbon goes on forever. So it's like, yeah, that's what I said. It's a never-ending cycle of infinite creation. The magician creates nothing new and he changes what already exists. So He uses his tool in the cycles of creation and destruction to change his world. He doesn't want that shit anymore. He's ready to create a new world that doesn't involve destruction and chaos and distortion. He doesn't like that shit right now. It's kind of pissing him off. Like, I really do feel that energy there. He doesn't like that unauthentic bullshit. If you're going to come at the divine masculine right now, you better come at him with authenticity. You better take the fucking masks off if you want him to be authentic with you at this point in time. And it's not him saying, like, I don't love you, I don't care about you, and I'm not compassionate as a person, like, for him to be, you know, loving and compassionate toward the people that are close to him. But it's about saying that I'm going to be loving and compassionate, but I'm also going to stand my ground and not put up with certain things anymore. So the divine masculine, what I'm getting is that he's actually manifesting, as the magician, he is manifesting healthy boundaries in his life. Okay. But he's also still having to, this is right now what is affecting both the divine masculine and the divine feminine energy, is this energy of temptation, maybe a little bit of codependency, you know, but he's also learning that he has the magic tools to make magic happen in his life and the power to create his own destiny. And he knows that it's his time to push these manifestations forward. Like, he doesn't even have, like, I'm just, my spirit guides are telling me, like, that this masculine actually stood up and said, I don't have time to fuck around anymore. That's basically the gist of what I just got. Masculine says, I don't have time to fuck around anymore. I'm tired of wasting my time. It's time for me to manifest my destiny. It's time for me to take what's mine. And for anybody that does not want to be authentic right along with me, I'm setting healthy boundaries for myself. So I really strongly feel like divine masculine is really trying to actually break through that energy of temptation to say, you will not tempt me. You will not tempt me. But I think that this is also a message from spirit to all of us right now, whether you're divine masculine or divine feminine watching this video. The Lovers card, that message right there of the Lovers is to beware of temptation right now. And, you know, the energy of the Empress is, you know, being blessed with the energy to consider how lucky we are right now. Remember to let love lead our path and move forward with compassion. We have an incredible amount of love, wealth, and abundance. So it's not to be taken for granted, you know. And I really feel like the divine masculine is feeling this heavy, you know. He is feeling this way toward his divine toward his divine feminine. He is not, he knows that he may have taken her for granted in the past, but he's not taking her for granted now. It's just right now, this energy is just saying, you know, kind of beware of those temptations of, you know, being a little, you know, too controlling, or, you know, wanting to control things, or trying to maintain that energy of keeping our feet on the ground, you know, and also maintaining that energy of building a bond with himself first before he tries to develop bonds with anybody else. And that's a really good thing, because this is honestly right here with this healing energy with the divine masculine, this is the divine mother goddess actually stepping up and protecting the divine masculine at this point in time. Mother goddess is protecting the divine masculine right now to have these boundaries, you know, to have these boundaries and establish these boundaries healthily within himself, so that he actually can step into this love that he should always be feeling for himself, so that he should always be confident, so that he should always know that he is the emperor, he is the manifester, he is the magician. He can create literally he can weave now his own world, and he knows it. So the great mother goddess is trying to help the divine masculine integrate the divine feminine and divine masculine from within him. Let's see what's going on with this energy of the earthly weaver of worlds. And my love for you is deeper than the ocean. So what message, divine masculine, do you have for the collective and spirit, what message do you have for the divine masculine right now? Okay. All right, so we have the energy of the Seven of Cups. So it's basically up to the divine masculine as to which way does he, which direction does he want to go as far as, you know, his next divine lesson. He has the option to choose at this point in time. Is it something that he wants to heal from the past, or is this something that has a past energy, but he's wanting to open this up in remembrance for a reason, because his heart chakra as the King of Cups is wide open at this moment. And it also explains why his love is so deep right now. This is so very deep at this moment in time that, you know, I feel like with the underneath energy with the High Priestess and the Five of Wands here is really about the divine masculine laying down the battle of passions and swallowing his pride and kind of moving toward what he is passionate about in life. The things that make him feel good on a high note. Obviously, you have the High Priestess. She looks so high right now, doesn't she? Like, she just smoked a fat blunt and she's just ready to reveal some of the mysteries of the divine feminine to the divine masculine. I don't know. Maybe this is about revealing mysteries to the divine masculine, not having to fight. Him not having to fight within his inner self to get these downloads. I feel like the divine feminine within him is actually pushing him forward into this King of Cups energy. There is somebody from the past, that the divine masculine is thinking about at this particular time. Somebody that makes him feel good. Somebody that makes him feel good about himself. Someone that doesn't, somebody that is authentic with him. He likes it when people keep it real. But so do we, you know? I mean, I get that. Divine feminine's like for people to keep it real too. So we understand divine masculine. We definitely understand. So let me see. I wanted to read the excerpt. Hold on. I'm going to read the part. Six of Cups, Seven of Cups. Six of Cups and Seven of Cups. So Six of Cups is let yourself be free and innocent. Allow laughter and joy you knew as a child to come through into your life. Share these feelings of pleasure with others and spread happiness around. There is no need to be stressed and serious all the time. Your chores will still be there tomorrow. For now, enjoy some time with friends and family and have fun being silly. So he is the divine masculine in his weaver of world energy. He is the next phase that the divine masculine is actually moving into is a phase of love. Child play. Letting his inner child come out to play and being around the people that make him feel giddy and like an inner child, like he is a child again. Those people that make him feel extremely happy. Those people that give him that sense of childlike innocence and energy. That is where the divine masculine is moving toward. That is the world that he is going to create from within. He is laying down the battle within himself and he is following his intuition. He is following his intuition away from the battle of passions in a bad way, in a negative way. He's moving away from that. I'm so fucking proud of you, divine masculine. I don't know who this is for in particular, divine masculine, collective alike. I just want to say, for those of you that are on this energy wave, I am so proud of you. But there is a message from the High Priestess for you guys, okay? Divine masculines. The High Priestess is a patient and calm. She is armed with true wisdom and the ability to focus deeply on her issues. She knows that true spiritual happiness comes from time and experience. She is saying not to rush. So don't rush. There's no need to act or make a decision at the moment. But when the time comes to move. You'll know what to do. Sometimes, however, it may turn out that the inaction is the most mature form of action. So, divine masculines, if you guys are having that feeling where you're feeling like there's a battle within the passions and you don't know what to do to move forward, if you're feeling like in reverse here and you don't want to move forward, You're being guided not to. So trust your intuition, okay? That's it to the Divine Masculine Collective right now at this moment in time, guys. Don't force it if it's not working. If you're not feeling it, don't move it. Don't move. Go in a different direction. Go in the direction that makes you happy. That makes you feel like the King of Cups. Because this is about love. This is about unconditional love, playfulness. This is the world that the Divine Masculine Collective that I'm reading for tonight. This is the energy that you guys are in. You're ready to embrace your inner feminine. You're ready to move toward your happiness. And if you've been in unions in the past that have made you completely fucking miserable because they're toxic as fuck, or if you've hurt somebody along the line in the process while you were in this karmic wheel, and you kind of want to make up with this feminine, by all means, probably time to do so. Because if you're being guided by your own intuition toward a specific female, then just remember at the end of the day, you don't have to put a label on it. You don't have to, and for divine feminines watching, okay, right now, personal experience, just saying, don't put things. Enjoy the energy of creating in the now, because that is the most important part of creation, okay? So, I don't know what happened, but my internet connection is being weird. So, Divine Masculine wants to create love. He wants to create stability. He wants to create abundance. And he is most definitely looking toward his next phase in life to move into a happier time, a more loving time, integrating that energy within himself from the great divine Mother Goddess. And Mother Goddess is really, really helping the Divine Masculine at this point in time, kind of like the great Father God is kind of helping divine feminines right now. It's kind of Father God who's kind of guiding us divine feminines, and Mother Goddess who is guiding the masculines at this point in time. And all of this in purpose, in true purpose, is to help us integrate the divine mother and father aspects of ourselves together at this moment in time. So, leaving the distorted aspects of ourselves behind in the past as we transmute through this last of that unnecessary fear that we no longer need to carry with us. Laying down the battle and surrendering to certain things, but fighting for the things that mean the most and that are most worthy. And I do believe that that is the final message from the Divine Masculine in his reveal of tonight's episode of The Naked Truth.
Don't force it. Don't be pushy, people.
So that's a message of spirit in a forceful fashion saying, don't rush yourselves. Don't rush yourselves, divine masculines, but embrace that love in your heart that you're feeling. But make sure that you are setting healthy boundaries for yourselves and for the people around you. And let me get a final message from Immunology. This is Spirit's final message to you guys, divine masculines. This is for you, divine masculines specifically. This is Spirit's advice for you over the next week or so. How you can navigate through these times. Isn't that funny? It says work through your fears. Work through your fears, guys. The new moon in Scorpio. Underneath, personal issues reach resolution. So we have a lot of Scorpionic and Cancer energy. Scorpio would also be that energy for death to the old, birthing to the new. Let's birth in the new. What are we going to usher in for the new? Personal issues reach resolution very, very soon. That's a really emotional time. That's a lot of emotional healing taking place, especially in Scorpio and in Cancer. A lot of emotions running high. So, what is that message? I'm just trying to find the meaning because they're telling me to read. But this is one of the hardest books to find the answers to because the cards are not numbered, which really kind of sucks. I kind of wish these cards did have numerical sequences on them too, so that you could actually get the numerical messages with the, with the astral signs and shit and what they mean. I need to create my own decks, guys. I really do. Anyway, work through fears. We have it. So, divine masculines, if you guys are holding on to grudges right now and you need to move on from jealousy or a sense of obsessiveness, or could it be that you're being paranoid? It's time to make an investment. So the teaching of this card, the Scorpio is a sign of death and rebirth, magic and shamans. Its energy is a little bit dark, occult, and even scary. But maybe not all of us like to face the shadow that Scorpio demands of us. In fact, it's through working through your darker side that can get you to the light and to the new moon in Scorpio. And the appearance of this card at any other time suggests you need to do that now. So think of your situation as the phoenix that is rising from the ashes, as birth, death, and rebirth paradigm. That's what Scorpio energy is about. Whatever you've been through, there's a new start ahead. It might be a little dark, and it almost certainly will not be rainbows and unicorns, but it will be deep and transforming and so worth it. This card also suggests that if you know that you're a magical being, then this is the time to work your magic. It can also herald the start of a sexier time in your life. If you've been experiencing something of a drought and emotional intimacy is also on the menu, Scorpio is the sign that likes to go deep into body, mind, and spirit. So when this card comes up, there is nothing superficial about what is coming your way, divine masculine. So have some sexy time. Let go of that grudge. Move on from jealousy. Don't be obsessive. And stop the paranoia. It's time to make an investment. Divine masculine. Holy moly. So that totally makes sense as to why they would say it's time, divine masculine, to honor the true expression of yourself. This includes all of your aspects and reconstructs. Of the culture of masculinity. Men are sensitive, men are sacred, they offer us all powerful insight. So reshape, inform, and express who you truly are, not who you were taught to be. Wow. So with the personal situation or issue reaches a resolution, things are likely to get very heated as the full moon is coming up. It's an emotional full moon. The pink moon. The pink full moon is tomorrow night, guys. I'm going to do an entirely separate reading on that tomorrow. But for now, this card says it's important to be sensitive to other people when you pull this card. There are some very fine sensibilities around, so tread carefully as you move toward your goals or dreams. This card indicates especially feminine time. It also heralds the time to deal with any family issues coming up, with nothing to worry about. It signals a challenge that is now coming to an end. This card also suggests that both domestic matter or private issue will soon come to an head and that it's a great time to move house. The answer to your question lies in being a kind leader. It's time for you to step up and agree to overcome your insecurities, divine masculine. I love that. I get Ralph Smart's head gesture in my head right now where he goes, he just turns his head to the side and he's like, okay. I'm just going to be quiet now. Okay, never mind. I can't be quiet. I have to finish reading you the meaning of this card. But anyways, I'm just going to shut my smart ass mouth. Okay, how about that? So it's the best time to move toward what you want in a sideways manner. It's time for you to step up and agree to overcome your insecurities. So meditate to soothe heightened emotions. Don't get clingy. Don't be sulking. So if you need family time, step up and ask for it. And what I mean by family is your soul family, divine masculine. If you're not able to be around your kids, just embody that playful, childlike energy within yourself. And I promise you, you'll be able to connect. where you need to connect. So anyway, meditate to soothe heightened emotions. Don't be clingy. Don't sulk around. Be living vicariously through your inner child right now, divine masculine. So the heightened emotions of the moon Cancer.
What?
Combination, it cannot be ignored. So whatever nodes you have in Cancer right now, this may be affecting you more deeply. Just wanted to put that out there. So one of the moon's 2 homes, along with Taurus, astrology speaking, the moon loves to be in this sign and she rules over Cancer. This is divine feminine energy. Okay, I'm just going to shut the door right now and just tell you the truth. This is divine feminine energy, guys. She is the mother, the Queen of Cups, okay? Queen of Cups right here. This is where the Queen of Cups is going to mirror that King of Cups here in this energy. Divine feminine, great mother goddess. So this is what she's saying. This means that this card is a sense that all is as it should be. So don't worry, because all will soon be well. Right? That is the divine mother goddess saying, don't worry, divine masculine, all will soon be well. Purge those fears. Let's work through those fears. It's a time of death and rebirth and beautiful. This is a beautiful cycle as well. Divine masculine, just embrace it. So, don't you interrupt me, child of mine. Anyway, sorry guys. Final card. We'll pull one more. Fuck it. We'll pull one more. So an extra boost of messages, divine masculine from spirit, is we're gonna get you a message from the universe has your back. All right. So one card for the universe has your back for divine masculine. Divine masculine, your message is I choose to learn through love. Open up that heart space. Let love move through you. Let love guide you. And let love be the answer to all of your problems. Underneath the deck, you have my vibes speak louder than words. So vibrate high, divine masculines. Vibrate high, vibrate love. Do whatever it takes to get closer to your consciousness right now, because that is the greatest message of wisdom that we could gain right now from the Divine Masculine Collective and for the Divine Masculine Collective. So, guys, I want to thank you guys for joining my live. If you guys would like to book personal readings with me, you can contact me at pearlofthesea13@gmail.com. Or you can come and find me on Facebook or Instagram. You can find me under the name of Brandy Dye, or you can type in my email address, pearlofthesea13@gmail.com, and you should find me. So I am going to hop off of here. You guys are more than welcome to follow me over in the next 15 minutes. I'm going to be doing the Divine Feminines Presents the Naked Truth video. Let's see what the Divine Feminines have to say right now in the collective. Let's see how also the Divine Masculine, the Great Father God, is helping the Divine Feminine through these times right now. See how she feels about these energies going on as well. Maybe there might be a message from the Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminine here before I actually close this out. Give me 1 second. Oh, here we go. We're going to do something different tonight, guys. Hold on. We're not done yet. Hold on. We're not done yet. I think in finality, we're going to get a final message from the Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminine. We're going to tap into the higher self. Get a message for the Divine Feminines that may be watching this video. All right. We're going to use the Tarot of Sexual Magic here. I should have probably done the extended on Vimeo or some shit like that, but anyway, I'm not doing that just yet. All right, Divine Masculine, what do you have to say to the Divine Feminine? Do you have a final message to the Divine Feminine Collective tonight? Divine Masculine. All right. Well, Knight of Cups. The Knight of Chalices. And the Empress. He's kind of waiting for you to give that invite, guys. The invitation of love. He's looking toward the divine feminine right now for that invitation of love. But this is his message to the divine feminine here. I'm going to read you them. I'm going to read you the magic of this card. The magic of the Knight of Chalices in this deck is about jealousy, all right? He said, doubts are sinking along in the distance. You must find a way to communicate and meet in spite of the considerable distance. So what he's trying to say is that he's trying to find a way to get to you, divine feminine, through the distance, through the challenges that you guys face. He's looking for his way toward you. He's moving toward you, even if he can't see it or understand it or feel it. Like, yeah, he feels it, but even if he can't see why he's moving in a certain direction, he is moving. Have faith and have some patience, divine feminine. The divine masculine needs your patience more than ever right now. So if you guys are in union and you're feeling a little stuck and stagnant at the moment, and you wonder why the divine feminine or why the divine masculine is not moving forward, is because he's integrating his inner divine feminine, and he's still healing through some of the distortions that he has within himself. So just be patient with him. He'll come forward, you know, at the right time, because you're the empress. You're going to give him that invitation. He's going to know when to accept it. So in a way, he kind of is waiting for you to help lead him on this journey, divine feminines. So this was your message from the divine masculine. These were the messages from the divine masculine collective, and for the divine masculines watching, your messages from spirit are, it's time to work through those fears because new cycles are coming. Personal issues are reaching an emotional resolution. This is like that last and final time. Learn to vibrate high, speak, let your love and vibes speak loud in your volumes right now, because of all the things that you're manifesting, you're choosing to learn and manifest through love right now. So this is your journey. This is the lesson. This is what you're choosing and how you're moving forward in the now moments, guys. So this has been a message from brandinimojo at Tribal Awakening Ministry. And until next time, thanks for watching.